The fact is that a Polaris-class submarine, that is, a nuclear warhead carrying submarine, unlike the Conqueror that sank the Belgrano, which was a hunter-killer submarine, went 13 degrees south, 27 degrees west. Now that is out of range of the Soviet Union, but within range of Argentina. And I think that faced with military humiliation, there would have been pressure led by Mrs. Thatcher to use nuclear weapons. Now, I am appalled, my colleagues would be appalled, and many of Mrs. Thatcher's own party would be appalled. But I ask, why is it that part of the so-called British nuclear deterrent was sent out of the North Atlantic down to the South Atlantic by rumor within range of the Argentine military complex near Cordova, unless there had been the possibility of using these weapons? I mean, the situation is horrible beyond anything, and that's part of the reason why some of us are for the giving up by people other than the Americans and the Russians, and now I think including even them, nuclear weapons, because some crazy person might be tempted to use them. And the temptation arises faced with military humiliation and all the political consequences. And I don't think that that woman understood what war meant. And I think that Britain was led by a bad, bad person. Now, I would never have said this of Ted Heath, our predecessor. I don't say it of the present British Prime Minister, who was a political opponent, John Major, and of no other political leader this century. Oh, they were carrying, without question, nuclear depth charges. That goes for the Sheffield, it goes for the Coventry, and it goes for other ships of the task force. This was against the provisions of the Treaty of Tlatelolco.
In the case of the Sheffield, which is it was sunk.
Yes.
What would happen to that kind of weaponry then?
Well, they would deteriorate. For 26 years, I've been the weekly column of New Scientist, and I'm extremely careful about giving definitive scientific consequences when I can't know for certain, but no one else knows for certain. But what happens to nuclear weapons at the bottom of the sea is anyone's guess. Now, it may be all right, but it depends to what extent they're leaking, and indeed the whole plutonium situation.
Fuente: Sunday Times, 20 de noviembre de 2005. 7 de mayo de 1982, poco después de las 3:30 p.m. Ali Magoudi, un psicoanalista parisino, camina de un lado a otro esperando la llegada secreta de su próximo paciente, cuya identidad, si se revela, provocaría un terremoto en la política francesa. La figura que entra, 45 minutos tarde, es François Mitterrand, no menos, el presidente de Francia. Magoudi descubre que su paciente no quiere hablar sobre su infancia o sus sueños, sino sobre Margaret Thatcher y la crisis de la Guerra de las Malvinas. Disculpe, comienza Mitterrand, disculpándose por su llegada tardía. Tenía una diferencia de opinión para resolver con la dama de hierro. ¡Qué mujer imposible, esa Thatcher! Con sus 4 submarinos nucleares en misión en el Atlántico Sur, ella amenaza con lanzar el arma atómica contra Argentina, a menos que le proporcione los códigos secretos que hacen que los misiles sean sordos y ciegos, que hemos vendido a los argentinos. Margaret me ha dado instrucciones muy precisas por teléfono. en pleno desarrollo, le dijo a Magoudi que había ordenado que los secretos de Exocet fueran entregados a los británicos ante la insistencia de Thatcher. Ella está furiosa, dijo. Ella me culpa personalmente por este nuevo Trafalgar. Me he visto obligado a ceder. Ella los tiene ahora, los códigos. Si nuestros clientes descubren que los franceses destruyen las armas que venden, no se reflejará bien en nuestras exportaciones. Las investigaciones realizadas en la década de 1990 revelaron que Francia proporcionó a Gran Bretaña una gran cantidad de asistencia técnica. La información más valiosa estaba en el radar local del Exocet. Los funcionarios de Aerospatiale, el fabricante, negaron tener relaciones directas con los británicos. Pero Aerospatiale fue dirigido por Jacques Mitterrand, el hermano del presidente, un hecho que puede haber facilitado un arreglo silencioso. Sir John Knott, ministro de Defensa durante la Guerra de las Malvinas, reveló en sus memorias que los franceses también suministraron aviones similares a los vendidos a Argentina para que los pilotos británicos practicaran en contra.